Hey, good people. Welcome to Wednesday Pep Rally. Let's get into it. We've made it. It's been a little turbulence, a lot of turbulence actually, but we're here. We survived. Let's talk about it. Where have I been able to put down without abandoning it? Organization, functioning, getting the space together has definitely been on me, but Sunday, I focused and I got it to where it's functional. Yesterday, there was those racks that I found. Plus, I'm like, I can't keep looking at this. I can't. There's just certain things that were in the space that I knew were boggling me down visually, mentally. Like every time I saw them, I just felt like I was hitting a ton of bricks. So it's like, okay, I need to dedicate the time that it's going to take for me to get this where it needs to go, and then leave it alone. And that's what I did. And I got it to where I moved some stuff out of the way to where I can't see it. I put it in its home. One thing didn't have a home, but it has a temporary space that's out of the way. So it's the next time I get a block of, okay, let's organize, let's put some things out, then I'll handle those things. And I didn't abandon it. I just gave it what it needed to be for me to function and breathe. And then I'll pick it back up at its necessary time. And it actually worked out because I had these gate panels that I had cleaned and put under the couch. Then I was housing them under there. And I moved them out to take them to the trash. And I was like, it's too hot right now. I'm literally not about to do it. And my mom came over. She's like, what are you doing with those? And I was like, actually, I just moved them under the couch to put some clothes racks under there to store those there. Space-wise, I was gonna do a project with them, but I don't need it. And I was like, you know what? Didn't you need some trellises for your patio, for your garden? I was like, those could work. And it ended up that she ended up taking them, and they end up working. They're gonna work for what she needed them for. So it's, had I not taken that time and not procrastinated, let me not say that. Back that up. Had I not taken that moment to move them from where they needed to go to create that space, then she would have missed out on grabbing those. And, so it worked out to benefit. Where do I need to pivot without abandoning the original assignment? This has been impacting me this week in certain ways. Sometimes certain things come and it's like it takes the whole shift off, and it takes me a while to get back into the rhythm, to get back into the momentum, to get back into the headspace of what I needed to do. And I've been working harder on that. Monday night, Hudson asked me to go to the gym with him and his friends, and I'm like, no, I don't have time for that. But it's like, okay, Elizabeth, really, can you do that? So I needed to work on a project. It's like, only take this, and this is what we'll do. I gave him a time frame. The next morning, he's like, oh, Mom, can we push this back just a little bit? My friends aren't ready. They just woke up. Okay, cool. That's fine. And I took that project, but I also tried to do something else that wouldn't work. So it's like, Elizabeth, focus on what you need to focus on. So I literally used that time to get done what I needed to get done in that project while watching them, supervising them while they worked out. So when I came back, I immediately switched back to what I needed to versus letting that throw me off. Also today, there was an event here for back to school, and I went and I spent longer than I anticipated in the events. However, they were beneficial to me. There was somebody there who I needed to send an email to and needed to handle some business. They were there, so I was able to take care of that. I was able to speak to another service provider and actually found out something that was beneficial to me. So I took care of that. I had to come back home and grab a fan because it's hot out there. So Ryobi needed to be with me from jump, but that's okay. I came back and got my Ryobi fan. And then it came back. Did it throw me off a little bit, but I'm behind schedule, but I'm still on schedule because that allowed that shift for that to take care of. So I'm handling what I need to handle now, and it just throws my work day just a little longer, but it's still going to be productive because I'm going to knock those things out. So it's learning tweaks, it's learning assignments, it's learning that pivots don't change things. They shift them, but they don't change them. I still need to get the original assignment done, and I've been later on some check-ins today, and I don't feel like I used to feel. I used to feel like I failed because I missed the 11:30 check-in and I'm checking in at 12:07. I failed because this was supposed to be up and out by this time, but this. And it's like, no, you didn't fail. Those were part of the shift too. Those are called pivots. Where you fail is when you don't go back to the original assignment and you allow the pivot to take over. Now that is a different situation. That is, come on, Elizabeth, let's sit down, let's talk about it, and let's figure out what we need to do to tweak that. This is, good job, Elizabeth. I'm proud of you for continuing to go to the original assignment and not letting that pivot detour you from the day. What keeps trying to turn acknowledgement into activation? Okay, so let's go back to the ideas in the family reunion. Now, I already said we acknowledge you. We're going to give you, you get your t-shirt, you get your family, you get your plate of ribs, you get your mac and cheese, you even get a to-go bag. And you know you come with containers and you didn't bring anything, but you take more than you bought. It's okay. But it's like, now the ideas are like, okay, you wrote us down. Okay, you acknowledged us, but when we going to start? Oh, we can do this, we can do this. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But I really need to focus this week on finishing up these things, obtaining revenue activation, and pushing, because I have hardcore deadlines that need to be met. And it's, you'll be great. And I agree you'll be great, idea. And I'm excited to do you, just not now. Just not today. So it's capturing everything that's coming from the idea and everything that's being highlighted in the structure and the process and all of this, and placing it where it needs to go, because that's just going to allow that idea, that process, to go even more. It's going to allow that to be beneficial, because I'm gathering all of I need for my knapsack, but it goes in the knapsack in a basket on a shelf in a parking lot to say, these are all the things that go with you. And when we're ready for you to be activated, we'll have a lot of fun. I'm sure we will, because we're gathering everything we need ahead of time. Here's this week's challenge. Choose one thing you've been carrying as though it has to be finished right now. Decide what today's actual portion is. Complete that portion. Capture the next action somewhere you trust, and give yourself permission to put it down. And that's the action plan. Decide today's portion, do today's portion, capture what's next, and put it down. Don't think about it, put it down. I will see you guys Friday at the finish line. Bye, good people.